So we have a pretty interesting tweet from Taskashi Mochizuki. My apologies for butchering that name so terribly. He's a well-known journalist who got to ask Shitaro Kojima, and no, it's not the Kojima you're thinking.
Dang it!
He's a developer of the Monster Hunter franchise, and he got asked if the beloved series is coming to the Switch. Well, Kojima said, "Hope you enjoy it on the 3DS first."
That means that the Switch is definitely a possibility.
Yes, and keep in mind this is the Monster Hunter Double Cross we're talking about right here. The new one that's releasing on March 18th.
Yep. So that'll be really exciting. It should be interesting considering it's been 4 years since the release of a Monster Hunter game on a home console. And yeah, I mean, I guess the Switch is a hybrid, but part of that hybridity is being a home console, right? And with that comes the benefits of a home console qualities, better hardware, the ability to play it on a bigger television, right? Like big screen.
Mm-hmm.
So now, with this kind of confirmation with the Switch release, whether or not, in a similar fashion as to how the Wii U version of 3 Ultimate and the 3DS version were able to play locally, whether or not that will be a possibility between the Switch and the 3DS version of Double Cross, and whether or not it'll be possible to play between across platforms between Switch and 3DS online, right? That way, if I, got it on the Switch and Ace, for whatever reason, gets it on his 3DS, right, we can still play together.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I really hope that happens. Now, Zero and I have been speculating the release date of Double Cross for the Switch and the 3DS in the States. So, it would make sense for them to release the Switch and the 3DS version together in the States, because it just makes sense like that, even though Japan is releasing them separately. We know that Generations, for example, in Japan released on November 2015, and then 8 months later, July 2016, Monster Hunter Generations released in the States on the 3DS. So that's a 8-month gap, and we're taking in consideration that they're porting it to the Switch, so we're thinking the time frame of 8 to 12 months from now. And I think that's a pretty safe estimate, because I don't think translating should be too hard. As Zero has told me, most of the menus are already in English in the Monster Hunter Japanese version. So they would
be wrong.
Okay, he could be wrong. Let's
I think that the text itself should not be too difficult to translate, considering I think some of it is in like katakana, which is kind of already pseudo English.
Okay, it should be easier. So 8 to 12 months, not bad. 4 extra months because they're pouring it to the Switch. It shouldn't be that bad. And the advantage of having it on the Switch compared to the 3DS, there's the possibility of having better frame rate, faster loading time, and obviously better graphics. So I'm just really excited to get a Switch version rather than a 3DS version. But, I know there's a lot of hardcore 3DS fans out there, and, they want their 3DS.
And what's interesting to note is Capcom's decision to release a 3DS game and port it over to the Switch, right, highlights the interesting conversation that's been had on how the Switch will be able to coincide on the same market as the 3DS, right? Nintendo has confirmed that they're not, focusing entirely on the Switch. There will still be games on the 3DS. The 3DS still has a life ahead of itself. This sort of melding between the markets now of, we have 3DS release and Switch release will be interesting to note, because, will there be, a gravitation towards the Switch version because of its superior hardware and potential for better performance? Or will people tend to stick with the 3DSs that they already have, right, and go with the older market?
Yeah, this is a pretty perfect example. It just shows that the 3DS still has a life ahead of itself. And I'm actually really glad, because I love my 3DS. Well guys, that ends our discussion on Monster Hunter Double Cross coming to the Switch. If you enjoyed what you watched, hit that like button and comment down your opinions in the comment section down below. This is Ace.
I'm Zero.
And have a stellar day.